Hi, welcome back. We appreciate you joining us today on Sunshine and Country. If you haven't yet become a member, please consider subscribing to our channel and help us continue to grow and go, and give us a thumbs up and comment and let us know where you're from, or if you have any other questions about this video at the end, go ahead and leave a comment down below. This video is going to be about, excuse me, oh my nose is itchy, about what you can do to supplement a sick baby chick or chicken, turkey, or poult. That's what I have experience with, so that's what I'm going to speak to today. This is hand-raising food that you use for domesticated birds like parrots and cockatiels and stuff like that. This one is for parrots. It's a higher protein. It's 22% protein. As you know, turkeys usually require a high protein food, so this will work perfect for them. This is what the powder looks like. It's just a brown powder. It doesn't stink. It just smells like baby food. And this is the bag it comes in. Going to show backwards to you. It's the KT brand. It's the best brand out there. You want to make sure everything you're using is sterile, and only use this on the sick animal. Do not use it on healthy animals, intermittent. So with that being said, what we did was we had a sick little baby poult, and you can look at our other video for the story. I'll save you the time. But it wouldn't eat. So what we did to get it eating was we made a mixture of the KT Exact hand feeding formula. You mix it with some water. The directions are on the back. You want to sterilize it if you're using tap water. This was tap water, so we sterilized it. You want to heat it to boiling or 120 degrees Fahrenheit in the microwave. Let it cool down a couple minutes, and then stir it in with the mixture according to what your needs are on the back. I only used a couple of tablespoons to make this much. This is way more than you would need for one little poult, but you could use this this would be enough to feed, if you were doing all at one time, I would say 3 or 4 poults. But if you just have one that's sick, you'll want to feed them this once an hour. If they won't eat it all, that's fine. Just whatever you can get them to eat is better than nothing. And I know you can feed them mash. Mash, if they'll eat it, great. Ours would not eat the mash. I'll make another video too on how you make mash. So you just want to suck it up with the syringe. This is a 6 milliliter syringe. It's bigger than the one we used for the coccidiosis medicine. If you're having a hard time getting it to go up the syringe, either add a little bit more water because it's too thick, or turn it on its side like this where it runs to the one side of the bowl, and then use your little plunger there and pull it out and suck it up that way. And then what you'll want to do is just slowly push a little bit into the baby bird's mouth, let him eat it down, and once he swallows it, a little bit more. And the way you can tell if they're full is by filling their gullet around in here and then down a little bit lower, and you'll know if they're actually getting full. That way you don't overfeed them. But also, this is just temporary. You don't want to keep them on this any longer than you have to. As soon as you can get them back onto the regular food is the best. We only did this for like, I think 1 to 2 days, maybe kind of going into 3 days, but it was starting to eat the mash. So then you want to wean them back off of this onto the mash. You can do it right away. As soon as they're ready to go back on mash or regular food, let them go. You don't have to transition or mix it or anything like that. So then we did this once an hour. We would feed it 6 milliliters once an hour. And we did not do it during the late evening to nighttime, because that's when we're asleep, to give the baby poult a chance to rest. We did leave food in there and water in there. You want to make sure you have that just in case they start wanting to eat and drink on their own. Just always have that available. But that's really all there is to it. They do make, KT does make other brands. So like say you're feeding like a chick, you might could find a different one, maybe one for cockatiels or something like that, but it needs to be about 18% protein for chicks. For chickens, it can be lower than that. I think it can be like 16 or something like that. And for turkeys, you want the highest you can get. 22 was the highest I could get. They could have tolerated a little higher than that, but that's just the highest one I could find in the baby formula food. But anyways, I hope that pretty much covers everything. Just make sure you use sterile utensils and everything. Sterilize the water. Read the directions on the back. Use it according to that. And also, one last thing is with this food here, if you don't use it all up, you do need to throw it out. It spoils quick. You cannot put it in the refrigerator and say, well, I'm just going to feed them in another hour, because it's not like that. It grows bacteria quick. It can get all kinds of things, and it's not healthy. When I was feeding domesticated birds that I raised, parrots, I never saved any leftover. I just throw it out. So just be very lenient on how much you make up. Don't make a whole lot up, because you don't want to waste it. So just make enough that you can use it in that one feeding, and then clean everything out, and then an hour later you can make up new feeding. It's kind of like feeding a baby, you know. You don't want to feed them old, you know, formula. You have to make up formula and sterilize everything before you put it in the bottle and everything. So anyways, that's a neat way to try and help your chickens, turkeys, chicks, or poults survive an illness. Now, this has no medication in it. It's just a food. It's just a way to get some food down there in their belly to give them some energy. Cannot guarantee that it will save your chick's life or turkey's life or any of their lives, but it's something you can try, that you can do. And I found that this does work, at least with the young ones that it had coccidiosis, and we caught it early, and we were able to treat them. And we did not have to do this with only one we had to do this with was, he's getting better now. You can check that video out too. That was the only one we had to feed. The others would still eat. So have a sunshiny day, and check back with this. We're always putting out new material, new videos. If you have a suggestion for a video you'd like to see us do, leave it in the comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button. We really would love to have you part of our family.